Well guys, back from another fight, this time a no contest due to an eye poke, but I've heard from a couple of my buddies that a lot of people are saying, oh, Gabriel got poked in the right eye, not the left, and he was faking. I don't know if people are actually saying this, but this is what I've heard from a couple buddies. We're gonna address that today and make sure that all you guys understand what really happened. So you never want to come back from a fight and have a no contest. I'm actually surprised when I look at the number of fights I've had that I haven't had anything like this happen. You know, a big groin kick, an eye poke, some other weird injury is probably bound to happen at some point. But first of all, massive credit to my opponent. He came out hard, he came out fast, and he surprised me. I made a couple technical errors. I threw my left round kick, it got caught, I got backed up to the edge of the pit, fell down, didn't defend myself effectively, got smashed in the nose, was bleeding. But something I do know about myself, because I've done it many times, is I am not out of the fight until I'm out. I can mount a comeback. And I very often do mount a great comeback. I've been knocked down before and come back and knock the guy out. And that was going to be my plan. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a hard fight. Here we go. I'm going to have to grind through. Might not win the first round, but I'll come back and I'll wear this guy down. That's what my thought process. And then, boom, finger to the eye. We're going to talk about what a finger to the eye feels like, my experience in the past getting eye poked, and what this one felt like. But first of all, I'm going to throw a little clip up, and you will clearly see that it's the left eye which I get poked in. But here's the controversy, which I understand, or I've been told, actually happened. When they do the replay, and somebody was telling me this, they put a replay up, a slow motion replay of fingers towards my right eye. But I can guarantee you that I did not get poked in my right eye. Maybe his finger earlier on came close and hit me here. I do have a little bit of bruising in here. Maybe I got hit there, but I did not get eye poked in this eye. You can see at the very end of the fight when I take a shot and then he throws a couple more as I'm backing away, then he throws a body round kick that is clearly on the left side. And I know this because I've been poked 3 times now in the eyes, 2 times in training. The first time when I got poked in training, it kind of hit me there and I hit the ground. And I was like, oh, that was terrible. It took me 2 or 3 minutes to recover. That was kind of like that. The second time was really deep, and I felt like a finger had gone into my brain. I hit the floor. I didn't get back up. I had to walk back to my car. I could hardly see, was feeling all out of it. Like, that was so bad. This one was different, however. It wasn't finger to the eye and really deep. It was something about a fingernail, like something sharp hit my eye and felt like it kind of cut across. And I actually had a fingernail, I have a fingernail mark on the inside of my eye. It's kind of like right here. There's a scrape across, and then I'm guessing what happened was it kind of hit here and scraped across. That's the best I can figure. But absolutely the left eye. Like, it's almost insulting that anybody would think after my fight career, after the amount of struggles that I've had in fights, the comebacks, the difficulties I've faced, that I would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fake an eye poke. And then not even be smart enough to actually fake the correct eye. Like if you thought I got poked in the right eye, but then was like, oh no, my left one. Like, come on guys. First of all, I'm not that dumb. And second of all, once I'm in there for a fight, I'm in there. But then you might be wondering, well, Gabriel, why didn't you continue fighting? Like, you're saying you're a warrior, you battle it out, why didn't you continue? Very simple answer, guys. The doctor comes out, he covered up my eye, he's like, how many fingers do you see? If you want to know the equivalent of what I was experiencing, basically, yeah, cover up one eye, take your other eye, and go like this. To basically where you see the lights kind of flickering. You can't really see much. That's essentially what I was seeing when I covered up. And yeah, maybe I could have been like, no, I'm good to fight, and not had the doctor come and checked. But look I want to get out of this fight sport and still be healthy, to not have the doctor check me and to compromise my health, to keep going in a fight where I just got illegally poked. That just seems foolish. bring the doctor in. I want to know if I'm okay to fight. He says I'm not okay. We'll do it another time. That's basically it. I don't need to go in there and prove that I'm a battle-tested warrior who will fight through anything. Like, I'll only go out on my shield. Heck no. I'm not going out on my shield. I'm not going out of there with permanent damage. Somebody told me George St. Pierre sort of had my back and was saying, look, an eye poke is dangerous. Vision is very important. Absolutely. Vision is so important. To compromise my vision for a fight, that just doesn't make sense. And something that was odd leading up to this one, I was actually in the locker room doing my warm-up and the commission was there. I'm like, I wonder if anybody's going to check our fingernails tonight. I was actually thinking that because there is always somebody who comes around and checks your toenails and your fingernails. Obviously, if you're competing in a boxing glove, they come around and they check their toenails. I've seen many times where people go, no, that's no good, and they hand you some clippers. Nobody came around to check our fingernails. And when you're competing in MMA gloves, the fingernails should be cut all the way back, like as small as you can go. Because even right now with my fingernails, they're not protruding past the tip of my finger, but they're getting close because I haven't clipped them in the last couple days. My fingernails grow crazy fast. And right now, if I went like this and accidentally eye poke somebody, it's gonna be a fingernail to the eye. So who knows? Maybe that's why I got a fingernail to the eye. Maybe nobody was going around checking. Maybe it was just fluke and his hand happened to be in the wrong way. I will say one thing about Moderna. Andreas is his first name. So my opponent, I will say one thing about him. What a gentleman. Such a nice guy. We hugged it out after the fight. He apologized. Obviously, that's not the ending he wanted. He was doing very well in the fight. And for him to have to go, oh, shoot, I just got an eye poke and I couldn't continue. That's got to be super disheartening for him. He came, he gave me a hug. Then I went back to the locker room and then he came in there with his coach and again apologized and gave me a hug and just class act. It was very nice to have people in martial arts just be so kind and can't say anything bad about him. He did a great job in that first minute and a half. I made a couple technical errors. Made some mistakes leading up to the fight, and I'll correct those next time. But yeah, overall, good things to say about that guy. Very kind individual. So that's my episode for today. I just wanted to say, look, if you haven't been eye poked, you don't really know what you're talking about. It is very hard to recover. The one time, like I said, where I got eye poked in training, I couldn't see for something like 2 hours after the fight. This time, I think about 2 hours after, I'm like, okay, everything's not a blur when I cover up my good eye. Everything's not a blur, but I can definitely tell that something's scraped there. And yeah, I'll go get it checked out. I don't think it's going to be a super like, oh my gosh, it needs anything like surgery-wise or anything. We're not at that point. But eye pokes. Until you've been eye poked, you don't understand what it's like. It is no fun. Taking it in a fight is awful, and mad respect for those UFC fighters who take an eye poke and keep going. I know there's a difference between, like I said, fingertip and fingernail slashing, but yeah, if you see somebody get eye poked and you see them continue, you can give them a round of applause because it was not fun, and I was not in the mindset where I'm like, okay, I just got a massive eye poke and now I want to continue battling. Ultimately, it's the doctor's call to stop it, but yeah, my mindset was not there. So I will be back, guys. I will continue to bring you episodes. We're going to be back to doing normal stuff here. I was being a little bit distracted lately with training camp and travel and the fight, and it took me a while to even get this to you because when I was returning from Austin, I got held up in Seattle, had to spend the night there. So we'll be back to normal pretty soon here. And as always, guys, thanks for supporting my career. Thanks to all the people out there who believe in me, and just keep on the channel. I'll keep bringing you guys videos. I'll see you back on the channel very soon.